4, 3, 2, cut.
Hello, I'm Bella.
And I'm AJ.
And welcome to The Ag,
the university broadcast show run by La Trobe students.
For La Trobe students.
We'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land we've been filming on this semester, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to the elders past and present.
And first up today, we're going to jump straight into the news. So Amber, what's making headlines today?
Thanks, Bella. Recent change to knife laws has caused a fast-track ban on the sale of machetes in Victoria, taking effect yesterday, the 28th of May, with a permanent ban taking place on September 1st. This ban will no longer allow the sale of knives with blades longer than 20 centimetres, excluding kitchenware. The ban has been pushed forward after a machete attack occurred in Northland Shopping Centre, leaving one man injured and 2 teenagers arrested. Police are working to identify 8 other people possibly involved in the incident. Australia's Liberal and National parties have reunited after an 8-day split following the May federal election. The Nationals had walked away over policy disagreements, including nuclear energy and regional investment. A new agreement grants them 6 shadow cabinet positions and concessions on key demands. Liberal leader Susan Lee is set to announce the reshuffled shadow ministry, aiming to stabilise the opposition after one of its worst electoral defeats. SpaceX's 9th Starship test flight launched from Texas on the 27th of May, achieving several milestones before ending in failure. The rocket's Super Heavy booster separated successfully but was destroyed during its descent into the Gulf of Mexico. The upper stage Starship reached suborbital space but lost control due to fuel leaks and disintegrated during re-entry. Despite the setback, SpaceX gathered valuable data and plans to increase launch frequency, aiming for a mission every 3 to 4 weeks, with up to 25 launches approved annually by the FAA. And Princess Ingrid Alexandra of Norway is to move to Australia to study at the University of Sydney. She hopes to complete a Bachelor of Arts with a focus on international relations and political economy. Second in line to the Norwegian throne, Princess Ingrid will be the next Queen of Norway and has chosen to study in Australia after her completion of 15 months of military service as a combat engineer soldier. With a love of water sports and being a previous surfing champion, no doubt the princess will enjoy the sunny Sydney beaches. And that's the news headlines for today.
I can't believe the princess is coming down under.
I know, crazy that she chose Sydney out of everywhere.
I know. Hopefully she'll enjoy the beaches and she shouldn't forget to put on sunscreen. May is all about melanoma awareness, so what better time for the Bendigo campus to be awarded $2.8 million in government funding for skin cancer and melanoma research. Isabella O'Brien has more.
My partner had discovered a mole on the back of my neck and he was really uncomfortable with it. About a month later, he said, "Can we just have this checked out?" And he took a photo of it and showed me. It's on the back of my neck, so I couldn't see it whatsoever. And then it didn't look very good.
Hearing melanoma, knowing that's a life-threatening skin cancer was very confronting.
Unfortunately, Tegan's story isn't uncommon, and while skin cancers can be prevented, they remain a significant health concern across Australia. In a positive step forward, researchers at La Trobe University in Bendigo have recently been awarded $2.8 million in Australian government funding through the Medical Research Future Fund. This support will help advance crucial research aimed at improving prevention, early detection and treatment of skin cancer.
We want people in the Loddon Mallee to have as good access to services as you do in metropolitan areas of Australia. The Rise for Skin Cancer project is a consortium. It's a partnership to help overcome the unacceptable outcomes we see from skin cancer and melanoma in rural Australia. And for instance, in the Loddon Mallee region of Victoria, the melanoma rate is 34% higher here than the average for the rest of the state. But the federal government have understood that there's a gap here and a gap here that needs to be addressed. So we've been lucky in being able to get $2.8 million in federal funding. That's the Medical Research Future Fund. And that's to bring together a group of people that can make a difference to skin cancer and melanoma in the Loddon Mallee.
Organisations involved in the Rise for Skin Cancer project include the Loddon Mallee Aboriginal Reference Group, Bendigo Community Health Services, Murray Primary Health Network, and the Loddon Mallee Integrated Cancer Services.
Almost 30% of our population in Australia is in rural areas, but 98% of research funding goes to capital cities. So we often have models of care and interventions and the design of health services that are designed to suit metropolitan areas that don't necessarily suit people in rural areas.
Melanoma is the sixth most common type of cancer, with about 225 patients being diagnosed per year. Cheryl Martin from the Loddon Mallee Integrated Cancer Services says one of the most important aspects of the project is building the community's awareness.
This project is going to be fantastic because it's bringing all the partners to the table. It's not just about doing the work, it's about bringing people on the journey so that it's not a group of academics just coming up with these ideas, but that it's really based within a realistic framework that's going to work for people in the community as well as for the health sector. What we hope is that through this project that there's going to be greater opportunity for consumer health literacy around skin cancer. Skin cancer is the one area that is preventable, largely preventable, and that's very empowering.
My daughter finds it a novelty to put sunscreen on every single time we leave the house, and she tells off her dad if he's not wearing his hat as well. It's definitely changed our family and our inner circle of friends' attitude as well.
May is Melanoma Awareness Month, and sun protection is crucial to help fight against those harsh UV rays, even on overcast days like this. People like Tegan who've experienced the consequences of skin cancer know the importance of protection: hats, sunnies and sunscreen.
Great initiative by the Bendigo campus, and even though we're coming into winter, everybody please remember to be sun smart.
In 2019, La Trobe announced their goal to be carbon neutral in all of their campuses by 2029. Launching their net zero program, they've just taken major steps forward in actioning that goal. Let's join Amber Colson and take a closer look.
On the 7th of May, La Trobe switched on their new solar farm that took over a year and a half to build. Covering 3.5 hectares, it's the largest urban solar farm in Victoria and provides enough power to keep the MCG light towers on for 11 consecutive years. The Net Zero program aims to achieve carbon neutrality by 2029. That means reducing the amount of greenhouse gases made to zero by offsetting its output with initiatives such as the solar farm. The plan is for the farm to provide 98% of the university's clean energy, reducing its emissions by more than 15%. La Trobe Vice-Chancellor Professor Theo Farrell said in a statement that La Trobe is a leader in higher education, and this project is an exemplar of our ongoing commitment to investigating in sustainability and the environment. This investment will deliver ongoing emissions and cost savings to the university for the next 25 years. Retail and nursery supervisor for the La Trobe Wildlife Sanctuary, Steph Chan, says that these plants will be a great addition to the solar farm area.
So here at La Trobe, the section of the Darabin Creek that runs through is called the Nanyak Tamboree. The Nanyak Tamboree Wildlife Sanctuary with the Darabin Creek Management Committee help to maintain the floral communities along the river. The importance is to maintain and enhance the floral biodiversity to what is endemic to the area. So providing a robust habitat will support the local fauna to persist and thrive.
With all La Trobe's regional campuses being classified as carbon neutral in 2022, the Bundoora campus has been working hard to catch up, with many energy efficient improvements being made. This includes changing light bulbs to energy efficient LED lights in external walking paths and car parks, a fume cupboard upgrade in the LIMS buildings, reducing power consumption in the laboratories, upgraded heating and cooling systems in the Biological Science 2 building, and sensor lights to reduce energy usage in classrooms. Students have also noticed some changes with La Trobe's sustainability practices on campus.
The university's main focus is on sustainability, and to make it more sustained, they are going from implementing all the electricity that they are using it from the solar, now getting it straight away.
I think it's really great because the students at La Trobe can use it to help our studying, help with the power.
I think pro solar panels, we've got lots of buildings, so there's roof space for it. Being on the corner of Kingsbury Drive and the busy Plenty Road, it's hard to miss the large farm that will do so much good for the energy usage of the university.
The location of the solar farm is quite forward-facing. It's in an area where a lot of people can see it, and I think that helps to promote clean energy sources and make it more mainstream.
By achieving carbon neutrality by 2029, it puts La Trobe well ahead of Victoria Government's net zero goal of 2045. This has been Amber Colson reporting for The Ag.
Some really cool vision there of the solar farm. Hopefully that means Bundoora will be carbon neutral soon.
Switching gears now, exams are a stressful time for uni students everywhere. At La Trobe, many are finding it hard to stay on top of study while also managing stress, part-time work and life admin. So what are some good strategies to cope? Anisha Katoch went to find out more.
It's that time of the semester again, when the library gets busier, the coffee cups pile up, and students buckle down for exams. But for many, this period isn't just about revision and textbooks. It's also a time filled with anxiety and the struggle to stay motivated. With exams right around the corner, the students are feeling the pressure. Exam season can be really overwhelming, especially when you're balancing part-time work, personal life, and uni. But managing stress isn't just possible, it's essential.
I definitely need to take leave for the next couple of weeks, just because there's too much stress and I can't juggle both.
If I look at it more glass half full, then I feel more confident. But if I psych myself out, then yeah, I definitely feel freaked out.
I think like the aspect of everyone sitting in a room under the timed condition does add like the stress to it and like the level of importance.
We sat down with academic specialist Catherine Kim, who shared her expert advice on how students can better manage this high pressure time.
Managing your study time leading up to exams is really important. It's important that you create a realistic study plan. I think you're better off doing smaller, definitive study periods during your prep time than cramming all night until the end.
So what's your favourite way to study? Do you like to study from the comfort of your home? Or do you prefer to use the facilities here at La Trobe, such as the private study rooms or the library?
Personally, I use La Trobe Library to study some deep topics, and after that I'm asking on the catch-up sessions different tutors.
I like to study in level 3 because it's a bit quieter, and seeing people like study more kind of motivates me as well to keep on my track.
I tend to come to the library at night when it's quieter. Otherwise, we find like little nooks and crannies in our college to study.
La Trobe also offers a wide range of support, from academic skill workshops to well-being services. Students can find free exam preparation sessions, peer learning advisors, and time management guides through the university's website. This is Anisha Katoch reporting for The Ag.
Well, there's one way to prepare for exams. Students in work-integrated learning programs need a different approach. Anisha is joined by Harrison Lawrence, a TV broadcast technical engineer who has some advice for meeting deadlines. Over to you, Anisha.
Joining us now is Harrison Lawrence. He is the broadcast technical director working for Media and Communications here at La Trobe Uni. Can you start by telling us how students can tackle the stressful deadlines?
Yeah, well, stressful deadlines are just something that you have to deal with at university, and it's an unfortunate fact. Like the best advice I can give is just allow yourself enough time. If you know that something's going to be due next week, don't start it like, a day or two prior. Start working on it now, because there's nothing worse than being up like really, really late the day before when you have to hand something in, especially in an environment like Upstart where you have to also be present on the day, but you have to have something ready to go for it. The number of times that I've been given a Facebook notification saying, hey, remember this from 5 years ago or 10 years ago, and it's a bunch of empty Red Bull cans on a desk while I'm trying to get something done late at night. It was a horrible time, and it's not good for your mental or physical health.
And what's one piece of advice you would give to students applying for the work-integrated learning or internships at the Media and Communications?
Honestly, the best advice I can give is just start applying. Like, you're never going to get the opportunity if you don't put your name down for it. On your resume, just tell them what you've done, what your skill set are. And outside of that, while you're still at uni, like, you've got a lot of facilities here that you can utilise. Start working on your personal skill set, because if you can do something that someone else can't, it's going to look really good on your resume to be like, hey, I'm a gun editor, or I'm like really good on camera, or anything like that. So anything that can like elevate you above the rest, that you can say, hey, I'm really good, and that your peers will say, hey, we want to work with this person because they're really good at X, Y, Z. It's just something that's going to really help you going forward. So don't be afraid to learn new things. The advice I always gave to people around me was always learn one new thing, no matter what the project was. And after a year of learning, you've got about 20, 30 new skills that you can draw upon at the moment's notice.
Thanks so much for your time, Harrison, and for your valuable advice. If you're a student feeling the pressure, don't forget to reach out to your peers and your teachers. That's all from us here. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Anisha. And Harrison, we'll keep those tips in mind. The Matildas have come to Latrobe to train for their international friendly series against Argentina, kicking off at Marble Stadium tomorrow. The open training session at the home of the Matildas fan gave fans the opportunity to watch and interact with players. Colin Brace went to find out more.
We're here at the home of the Matildas. Well, not even the rain can keep the die-hard fans away. We're looking forward to their practice session in the run-up to the game on Friday night with Argentina.
The success was incredible, but I'm the media manager for the Matildas and have been so for the last 5.5, almost 6 years. I think the success is one of those that it's an overnight success, 40 years in the making. The Matildas are one of the oldest national teams in the country, one of the oldest women's national teams in the country. So what we saw in 2023 was the culmination of 40 years of incredible work from not just the current generation of players, but also from the past generation, the alumni. In relation to preparing for Argentina, it will involve daily sessions in camp. Just on Tuesday afternoon, it will be an open training session where the public will be able to see the team put through their paces. So there will be 4 sessions heading into the game, culminating on Friday the 30th of May, where they will take on Argentina at Marble Stadium in the first match of a 2-match series.
I just find them really inspiring. I mean, like, they've all had this dream and, you know, come through having played boys, and now they're paving the way for girls in the future to be able to play on girls' feet. Everything makes them special, like the way they follow their dreams, you know.
Are popular in this team is popular with the Australian public because the Australian public can relate to them, whether it's as players themselves or whether it's just the personalities of the players. They can see themselves in whether they're a Sam Kerr or a Steph Catley or a Ellie Carpenter. They might see themselves in the story of a Mary Fowler or a Claire Wheeler or previously a Claire Polkinghorne. So ultimately what this team does really well is be able to connect with Australians, connect with the Australian story, and also make people feel proud of who they are as Australians.
I think knowing that some of the players grew up like us and like young girls that just normal lives, they're pretty
It's very rare for Australians to be involved at the top echelon when it comes to European football, and for 3 of them to be part of the first trophy for Arsenal in the Champions League in 18 years. It's fantastic. Look, they're great players, but they're even better people, so incredibly happy for them, and we as an Australian nation are incredibly proud of them.
From the Matildas, let's jump into sport now. And Jacob, what's making the news today?
Thanks, AJ. First up, we have the AFL, where we have Essendon defeating Richmond in the annual Dreamtime at the G game. They won by 23 and will face the reigning premiers, the Brisbane Lions, tonight at the Gabba. Now looking into this week's games, where the match of the round will be on Friday night at the MCG. The top of the ladder, Collingwood Magpies, take on the out-of-form Hawks. Collingwood are looking set to keep their spot on top of the ladder, while Hawthorn try to break their losing streak of 2 games. To the NRL, where yesterday New South Wales took down Queensland in the first State of Origin game at Suncorp Stadium, handing the home team a crushing defeat. The Blues won 18-6 and are in the box seat to win the series. Now heading to Europe, where Ange Postecoglou is celebrating his Europa League win, breaking Tottenham's 17-year silverware drought. It still hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows for the Hotspurs, as they finish the Premier League season in 17th place. But the Europa League Championship provides hope that brighter days are ahead for Tottenham. And now going to the US, where we are getting to the pointy end of the NBA playoffs. The Indiana Pacers are one game away from the NBA Finals, taking down the New York Knicks in Game 4 and now lead the series 3-1. Tyrese Halliburton had a heroic performance with 32 points, 12 rebounds, 15 assists and 0 turnovers, the first player to ever reach those numbers in a playoff game. And that's all in the world of sport.
Thanks, Jacob.
And to our last instalment of Club Classics now. This time you can visited the Dungeons & Dragons Club.
La Trobe has lots of clubs you may have seen the posters. One of these Dungeons & Dragons in the aggro. Let's see what they are up to. D&D is a tabletop role-playing game where players make characters and go on big adventures, often involving a cause of otherworldly creatures. In the 18th and 19th, D&D was wrapped up in the Satanic Panic, since when it has kept the reputation of a game for outcasts. This is changing in recent times with the emergence of video services like Critical Role and games like Baldur's Gate. D&D is a very popular game at La Trobe with over 250 people joining the club. Grace is the third and current president of the club.
So the D&D club, where we just meet up and do D&D. Sometimes we do other TTRPGs such as Warhammer, Pathfinder, and stuff like that. It depends on the week.
The game is played using 7 dice with different numbers of size. Every player character has 6 basic stats: strength, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, constitution. How high or low these stats will affect the results of relevant dice rolls and determine the outcome of the interactions. The Dungeon Master or DM are the main storytellers sort out the different adventures and campaigns.
The hardest part of DMing is not actually the DMing itself, it's adapting to the circumstances players cause. Because DM, again, is a game you can do anything in.
Players will often put their energy and creativity into their campaigns, such as correcting artwork or their characters or important moments in their stories.
I've liked board games since I was a kid, and I got into role-playing when I was in high school, and this one just combines the both in a really fun way.
This club provides a lot of much-needed human connections on campus.
Definitely interacting with other students outside of class, as there's not many opportunities you actually get on campus apart from club activities, as everyone's always got a place to be and a thing to do.
On Friday nights for these La Trobe students, the only place to be is at D&D.
And how fun did the D&D club look?
Yeah. That's all we've got time for today and for the semester on the Ag.
It's been such a great time here. We hope you've enjoyed your time watching the Ag this semester. For the last time, I'm Bella.
And I'm Edja.